Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of our program G9ijaTV Spotlight News. This is our fifth episode, and today we've got um, some events that we actually want to cover. Unfortunately, there's a juicy one that we're supposed to cover about the former governor of Kogi State. I cannot say that again. I enjoy saying that former governor of Kogi State. That man is not a nice person. That's all I will say. Not a nice man. If everyone, you can be in a huge, big, wonderful position today, tomorrow things change. Buhari, remember all the mopo, soja, everything, artillery, anything following him. 500, should I say, um, cascades of cars, all lined up. Where is the former president now? In Dara, in his hometown. He walks around, no siren, no nothing. That's it. That's life, folks. This guy was behaving as if he was a Caesar, modern day Caesar. Was arrogant. Was anyway. Tomorrow, on our next episode, in fact we're supposed to talk about it tonight, but we are leaving that. We wanted to cook very well, so we'll have a look at it in our next episode. So, without so much ado, so we're just about to start. Um, this is a very sad story. This is actually happening, or rather took place in America. And what actually took place was this Uber driver, a lady. But let me just give you a brief summary of what really took place. An 81-year-old Ohio man has been charged in the fatal shooting of an Uber driver he believes was working with a scammer. Now, this storyline, I don't want to stretch it out too much. The man apparently has been, he was actually receiving calls. This is an 81-year-old man. So he was getting these calls about people threatening him and things. His name is Mr. Brock. He said received some scam call by a person purporting to be someone from our courts, who informed him a family member was incarcerated and that he had a bond of a significant amount of money. Schultz said the calls turned from "I am an officer in the court" to "we have this subject hostage. This is a ransom demand." Anyway, what these people did, right? They were trying to scam this man. So they now made a call to, um, they actually made an Uber, a request an Uber ride to the man's place to pick up the money. Now, the Uber driver picked up the call. This lady, she knew nothing about what was transpiring. She just went there for her work. Now, this is where things actually get interesting. The woman got there, like, I've been asked to pick a package. So this man came out with a gun and he was like, you know, the this black woman, her name is Miss Hall, did not have any idea. The person who called Club was an accomplice or requested for an Uber to his South Charleston home to pick up the money. Miss Hall did not have any idea he had it. When Miss Hall arrived at the home and approached the front door, Brock confronted her with a gun, asked who she was working for. Shaw said actually took the woman's cell phone and prevented her from getting in her vehicle and driving away. When she tried to get away, he shot her once. Then there was more exchange between them. And Mr. Brock was at some point injured to his head and he shot Miss Hall the second time. There was more conversation. Then he shot her a third time. Only after he shot her a third time did he then make contact with authorities to report the accident. Now, this woman did not even threaten this man. And this man, sadly, is 81. I said sadly because I would have expected somebody that age to have been wiser, not be wild with the gun, would have, okay, fine, detain her there, call the police. Fair enough. Okay. This woman did not come with a gun, nothing, and he did not call the police. Anyway, basically, it was after he shot her the third time, he now remember to call the police. Okay. Now, when they said it was the third time he shot her that he now tried to make authorities he now make contact with authorities to report the incident. All did not threaten Brock. have a weapon or assault, according to the sheriff's office. This man did not have any weapon. So now the man has been arrested. He has been indicted on 3 counts of murder, 1 count of felonious assault, and 1 count of kidnapping. Now, it's just really sad. There's a video of it. I think this man, yes, okay. Even if he actually feels that this woman might have something to do with it, you don't have to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. He did all, and basically shot her. Now he's trying to say, "Oh well, I feared for my life." How can you fear for your life? This person was not carrying a gun. She was actually trying to run away. And basically after he shot her the 3rd time, of course, I think when they were taking her to the hospital, she died. And this is really, really sad. I didn't even know what to say. It's just crazy. That's the guy there. That's Miss Hall. I mean, sometimes they do tell us that, look, if we should all be carrying guns, it's counterproductive. I can understand the reason why. Obviously, you don't want people to come and attack you, and you don't have anything to defend yourself. We have to depend on the security services to do that, which I'm not sure most people have the confidence, in to be able to protect us. So it's only God that can really protect us, really. This gentleman, 81, actually killed this lady. You know, these are not models. This is actual fact. Whether the guy at the back of his mind is been inching to kill somebody, before he dies, you know, it's just really, really sad, for him to have done that. He didn't need to do that at all. Maybe his life is boring that he just have to. It doesn't matter how, if somebody really threatens you, they're trying to just let them go. Well, he saved himself some money. That's what he thinks he did. And now, how much life does he have left? That can be what, if they actually put him in prison for life, what does that do? Nothing. That woman's life is literally wasted. Apparently, the woman, I think she's around 62. That's it. She's gone. Yeah. So it's just a crazy world out there, really. So moving swiftly on. The next one I want to talk about is that we all remember about 10 years ago, the Chibok girls that were taken. Remember, not all of them were actually rescued. Now, they said there's still quite, I don't have the exact figures, but there's still quite a number of these girls. 10 years ago, this actually happened during Jonathan's administration. And honestly, I can't really say hand on chest what sort of efforts. Some of them were brought back. What sort of efforts was actually made to bring these girls back? Anyway, what happened is that it's just been reported that another abducted Chibok schoolgirl, Lydia Simon, has been rescued by troops of Operation Desert Sanity 3 under the Northeast Operations Aiding Kai on Wednesday. She was rescued along with she's already got 3 children. For these bastards, they deliberately took a Christian girl to actually make it. These guys just wanted free sex. That was all they were using them for. And it's so sad, it's so sad that this is what is actually turned out to be. She was rescued along with her 3 children by the troops of 82 Division Task Force Battalion in Gwaza local government area of Borno State. On the 17th, exactly 10 years after she was kidnapped by Boko Haram terrorists, alongside over 200 schoolgirls from the government secondary school. Honestly, if these girls were the daughters of the high and mighty in the society, what would have happened? That's one of the questions I would just, that's one thing I would have loved to know. What would have happened? Can you imagine that? What would have really have happened? Would they have just said, okay, we tried to rescue them, unfortunately, such is life, and then we leave it 10 years? And those bastards basically use these girls for sex. When she was rescued, she's got 3 children and she's pregnant with another one. You know, what they actually said was intelligence sources, according to Zagazola Makama, a counterinsurgency expert, security analyst in the Lake Chad region, revealed that Lydia, who was tagged serial number 68 among the abducted schoolgirls, escaped from the camp of Ali Ungoldi in Mandara Mountains, where she was being held captivity for several years. She surrendered to troops of 82 Division Task Force Battalion at Ingoshe um, in Goza local government area of the state. Um, she she's 5 months pregnant and claims she was from Pemi Town in Chibok. Now the sad thing about this. How do you actually look at this? The issue now is that so the federal government will now be looking after the children of terrorists. It's like I don't even know. Is it the fault of those children? No. You don't get to choose which lineage you come from. At least I don't think anybody has said they remember telling God that I want to be born to this family. Nobody does. Nobody knows whether they'll be born to a witch or a wizard or a mad person or whatever. Those of us who have been found fortunate that we have at least normal family, might not be perfect, but normal. And this is what happened. So those children now, so what's going to happen? April 14th marks the 10th anniversary of the violent abduction of 276 girls from Government College. While 57 of the girls escaped from the captors in the following day, 16 were rescued. 107 at the different times been released through negotiation. So that means that there are still well over how many? Almost 100? I mean, fewer than 100. They are still there. So is that how weak we are as a nation? I thought part of our destiny should be, no one left behind. Is life so cheap in Nigeria? Or is it that we don't care about our citizens in Nigeria? As long as I'm all right, nothing is happening to me, I'm okay. You guys sort yourself out. Is that what it is? I'm saying this to those in government. If this were your nieces, your daughters, is this what you? I know that most of it in Western countries, despite the relative comfort, they will die there. There's a story. Well, I won't say it's a story. There was an event that took many years ago, almost more than 10 years now. This white family, went on holiday, I think in Portugal. The girl at that time probably was around 5, 6 years old. They are still searching for this girl, the family. They are still searching. They never, because they didn't see her body or anything, got kidnapped during the holiday time and all that. Is it that they are more loving than those of us who are of African parentage or background? Is it that we don't care, or we have been so desensitized that we don't have that? It's like we tried now. Well, okay, we can't find it. God take it. God give it, and then we leave. It's really sad. It's really sad. And this is it. That's the girl. Live and direct. That's it. That's the face of the Nigerian. Not even from Niger, not from Ghana, not from Sierra Leone, Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, or whatever. Not from Benin, Togo, Sierra Leone, but from Nigeria. Abandoned. She's one of the few ones that have escaped. And there she is carrying, who are our own children, fathered by bastard terrorists. Is this what it has come to? People are being kidnapped daily in Nigeria. So it has become serious business now. They don't want to work. They don't want to make anything, no contribution. Their one is destruction, maiming, rape, all sorts. That's all they're doing. Don't give a shit, I don't want to use that word. Don't give a toss about anything. Like I said, I mean, look at the faces of those innocent children. Those children must never be told who their parents are, honestly. And what we don't know now is whether this girl is aware. Honestly, in as much as I don't want to talk about that, she's got children for them and things. What about if she sympathizes? Is it a strategy? Man, I don't really envy security services because they have to be able to get to, you know, the real truth. Whether now the idea is that look, take our children down so they can grow up in Nigeria, then maybe later they will come and fight for their fathers. That's what's happening now. We don't know. Anyway, next now we want to talk about the in terms of we've had this issue about the naira, the dollar. Naira actually lost a lot of value. Everything's been going on. Cement was being sold at some point, some places 13K, 10K, 10. Meanwhile, Dangote representative came out and said they never increased. That they didn't increase the price of they did not actually increase the price of cement. There is Nigerians that bought them at the normal price and decided adding money to it. Now the naira are strengthened, and guess what? The other attendant goods, services, food is not coming down. Some has come down, but apparently we have because I remember discussing with some people, and we were talking about that. Maybe, when things everybody believes that when something goes up in Nigeria, it never comes down. The price of food items, services, and all. It doesn't come down. The naira has appreciated like very, very strongly because at some point, the exchange rate was like 2,500 to £1. As unrealistic as that sounds, sometimes when I hear it, I'm like thinking, is it Nigeria they're talking about? Is that Nigeria they're talking about, or is this some other country? I know those sort kind of things used to happen in Ghana. Apologies to my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. I'm just trying to make a point. What I'm just trying to say is that yes, we've gotten to that point. Now it really, really come down to the dollars, like just over 1,000. But the prices of transportation, food, and most stuff, some have come down probably about maybe 3 to 5%. The rest, they're staying still. So now, and when I had the conversation with these people, what they said to me is that we were all thinking we need this sort of consumer protection that would sort of go around checking, the kind of ones that they do with petrol stations. If they find out that you are selling over the agreed price, that is economic sabotage. Maybe sometimes we should be using those, it sounds like all those military terms, during the time of the military where they'll say economic sabotage. So now I think we need to actually bring that. We need to actually get some commissions, and lo and behold, I found out that there is a federal, it's called FCCPPC. That is the Federal Competition Consumer Protection Commission. And I don't think a lot of people are aware. I don't think quite a few, well, I'm not aware. So in the news, it has says that it said the commission has initiated a campaign to enforce price display and quantity compliance but it says at supermarkets throughout Abuja. The commission started this at For You supermarket, Wuse, to Abuja on Thursday. The move is a direct response to concern raised by consumers about the rising cost of goods, which go against the recent strengthening of the naira. The naira is strengthening. The natural order of things is for prices to start falling. But is that happening? Nope, it's not happening. It's just standing there still, like, make me if you can, and that this is really terrible. We are the people who are actually doing this actually think they are making money. No, they are not making money. It's stupidity. They are not making money at all. They're not making any money. What we're doing is that we're hurting ourselves because it's like a domino effect. Once one falls forward, you fall against the other one, then that domino effect. It's a national tragedy. That means that we are biting our face to spite our nose. This is what happened when in a nation we all think we're very smart. Yes, naturally Nigerians were smart, but what it is that when we're doing this now, it just shows this is absolute madness. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't at all. They need to be that it should not just be for supermarket only. What about they actually going to places where why don't you go to the car park? Let the officials go in mufti and pretend to be passengers so they can get in on the vehicle. So they find out how much they check. Because honestly, everybody will fall in line. If we have to do that, I believe in capitalism, but where the people are recalcitrant, are resistant, if the people have been eating too much goat meat, so they are stubborn as a goat, then you have to take some steps that is commensurate to that action so that we can get things down. Not everybody will agree with that, but there are some unique situations that we have to come up with some unique, same thoughtful, shall I say, take forceful action to correct things. It's happening. If we can actually have that happening we should go down to, most people can't afford to even go to the supermarket. So why don't we go to the main market? Places where they're selling, the petrol stations, transportation, the garages and all that. We will start feeling the impact. Have a fair assessment and see what is fair. I believe in market forces. But where people are sabotaging the natural demand and supply, market reactions to the exchange rate, we should be getting that. Things should, because take for instance, would you say that when you buy 1 tuber of yam, people buy 1 tuber of yam and they are saying, tuber of yam in some places in Lagos, they are paying about 3,000 naira to a tuber of yam that is hardly, you know, and then you're wondering, where's all this coming to? Meanwhile, if you go to various places, you see the price disparity. In some places, the prices are down. In some other places, the more affluent the area, the more, you know, it's a bit like trying to buy bread on the island. Yeah. When you hear the prices, if you were dreaming of living near the water, you just pack your bag and face the mainland. Not that the mainland is any better in terms of price wise, it's pretty much the same thing. And this is what we're talking about. So I don't know, I mean, should the state government be taking action about this? I think so. We need a commission. They should actually, the governors across the states, across the federation should actually take steps, with the support of the presidency. Look, I know the president, from everything I can see, they're making effort against, against the hordes. At least is making efforts. I'm all about action. I'm not really about, there are no sentiments. Whether the person is from Katangura or from Ijebu, it doesn't mean anything. We want fairness, equity, welfare for our people, prosperity for our people. But then we need to take care of things as well. If we are all, if you are selling anything and you are selling well over the market price, that is the extortion. That should be against the law. But we are doing it and nobody is talking, you know? So there you have it, folks. So FCCP, that is what they're about, and this is what they deal with. So please let them expand their scope of work. Let them go to the garages where they are selling gari, ewa, and all these things, beans, things. What has dollar got to do with yam? I still don't know. Our people make those connections, and I'm thinking, how is that even possible? Anyway, where you think that it's Nigerians that are quite smart in those areas? Let me give you another one. Now, moving swiftly, there is this news of a woman. We are now in Brazil. There's this woman in Brazil. Um, Apparently, it says that shock in Brazil after woman is arrested and charged with violating a corpse, attempting theft through fraud. This woman wheeled a lethargic looking uncle into a Brazilian bank. The bank clerk quickly sensed something was amiss. I don't think he's well. It doesn't look well. This was what the clerk said. Remarked one distrustful employee as the woman that took the uncle's body. The uncle is already dead. Tried to get the elderly relative to sign up to trying to prop up a dead body. Say, you're signing now. You're not signing. It was evident desperation. She wanted to collect a loan for about $3,800, that equivalent to sign on, which is in dollars is about $3,250, in loan. Vera tried to get her elderly relative to sign off that loan. So, in fact, the 68-year-old appears to have been dead shortly after entering the lender in Rio late on Tuesday with her late uncle. Vera was arrested, charged with violating a corpse, attempted theft. She knew he was dead and had been dead for like over 2 hours. So I think this lady, they didn't say whether they were living together, but when she found out that the uncle was dead, she needed money and she just carried the corpse. So you can imagine the kind of desperation. I don't think anybody would do that in Nigeria, really. How did she even manage that? There's a video, but for some reason it's not really working, so I can't show you guys. You know, and it was just shocking. See, that's the woman. That's the actual. You can tell. They said in the bank the head keep tilting back. Carried a dead body, a corpse to the bank to try and you know, it's that's what desperation, poverty does. you know it's just unfortunate. It's not an excuse. What she did there was really, really, it's really bad. you know so the that man's body has been desecrated essentially. you know so anyway, but I think the bank clerk basically just called the police that, look, there's something weird here. So you can imagine that. So this is like, it's gone viral globally. Like, this is not the kind of thing that happens, just like that. Thank God it didn't happen in Nigeria. So they will have said, hey, Nigeria again with another one. So it's not. Now, this is a very sad story. Very, very sad story, really. Um, I'm just going to end, on this note here. So it's about a gentleman that a lawyer. The man is from Ekiti, and he and his family apparently lives in Abuja. Um, the wife and their 4 children kidnapped, and by kidnappers. They asked for 60 million. This man is a lawyer. He's not a rich lawyer, just a normal lawyer. They took the guy and they said if he doesn't get the money, 60 million, they will kill the daughter. Nobody believed it. This man was running around all over the place and all that. Guess what? Those guys made good on the trade. The man was able to raise 7 million. They rejected it. They took the daughter, the eldest daughter, that is now 14. At that time, she was 13. And they killed her in Nigeria. A 13-year-old was killed. Now, I've been kind of trying to find out what this current situation is. Because this actually happened in January. So there's nothing to say whether they've rescued the wife, because they were saying they were going to kill the wife to kill all the others and all that. So the man actually came out, and actually said, today that this is, you will have been 14 today, blah blah. We planned this and all that. So I'm wishing you. How do you wish somebody that is dead, happy? It can't be happy. It can't be. And unfortunately, that this is exactly what has happened. Um, one of the sad thing about it is that that's the state of affairs that we've got currently. in the country. I don't know who in their right mind, will I mean, it's just very sad. Just very sad. Just want to say that it's very sad. you know so please, people, let's be our brothers sisters keeper. Let's just hope that we don't have things like this going forward. We just need to, shall I say, we just need to just take our security really seriously. Those who are in government need to actually look at this and you know actually take the pain, the time. That's why you are in government. You said you want to work for Nigerians and all that, you want to help. It's not just about people looking at you saying your lot is, because everybody that is in government and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they will answer to God. No matter how long they live, one day they must die. One day they will die and they will answer to God. It doesn't matter what it is that you know people are trying to. It's just not right. It doesn't matter. It's just not right. So we're just hoping that all of this will go away, because it's just too much. Kidnapping is like every day, every day, every day. You know, we need to actually have a you know an awakening across the nation. We can't allow this thing to we can't we all need to be a participant in helping the security services. And the security service too need to sort of clear their ranks and files of those few people who are compromised in this, who in whatever way that we need to actually find out. So, well, folks, that's it for today. But tomorrow we're gathering some information about the saga of the former governor of Kogi State. Yes, you all know about Yahaya Bello, the arrogant governor. When people say, "Oh, we need youth," yes, I agree. Yes, we youth, yes, we need to be there. But the truth is that when you see somebody like, okay, he's there, guess what happened? What difference did he make? It's not about whether you are old or you're young. You just need to have a fear of God. That is all. That's what I've come to realize. Well, so from me again, OlaTunde MD, just want to say thank you. So from all of us at G9ijaTV for our spotlight news, I just want to say thank you very much. And we're basically looking at how things are going to actually happen tomorrow. Well, we're really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be quite interesting. So once again, just want to say thank you and God bless. Thank you. Good night.